How would you respond to the argument that I've heard on occasion where, in the case where child abuse is fatal, obviously it's not good for the child, but it's actually a benefit to society because there aren't needed for government services and whatnot over the whole course of that child's life?
Through the chair, can you say that again? Did you say a benefit for society?
Talking dollars. Now you've got
Yes.
a $1.5 million price tag here for victims of fatal child abuse. It gets argued periodically that it's actually a cost savings because that child is not going to need any of those government services that they might otherwise, be entitled to receive and need based on, growing up in this type of environment.
Through the chair, Representative, I guess that would be the idea, if I can use a really bad analogy, when you hit somebody, always back up because it's cheaper to insurance. I don't pertain to that.
I'm Rayy Vana, and welcome back to Rebel HQ. That video showed David Eastman, a Republican lawmaker in Alaska's state house, pontificating on whether the economic benefits of fatal child abuse outweigh the benefits of helping children who are the victims of abuse before it becomes fatal. And yes, Eastman considers himself pro-life. In fact, he got in trouble for previous statements in which he claimed that women in Alaska were intentionally getting pregnant so that they could get a, quote, free trip to Anchorage. He was referencing a federal program which provides travel expenses to women who need medically necessary abortions. Women who will die if they don't receive abortions. But those statements landed Eastman a place in Alaska history as the first member of the Alaskan legislature to be censured. And his more recent statements about the economic benefits of murdering children landed him another record. He is now the first Alaskan state representative to be censured twice. But Eastman is far and away not the only Republican who thinks it's good economic policy to allow the deaths of a large portion of the population. Remember these statements from Texas's Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick back in 2020?
No one reached out to me and said, as a senior citizen, are you willing to take a chance on your survival in exchange for keeping the America that all America loves for your children and grandchildren? And if that's the exchange, I'm all in.
What he was saying in that video was that he would rather sacrifice elderly people to COVID-19, that he personally would rather die of COVID than see young people not be able to gather in large groups. So the pro-life Republicans don't care about the lives of the elderly, and we know they don't care about the lives of children. And we knew that far before David Eastman made his insane statements about abused children. Republican lawmakers have also been introducing and passing legislation all across the country to prevent trans children from accessing gender-affirming care, which study after study has shown will increase instances of suicide amongst trans children. So if you genuinely still believe that the Republican Party is the pro-life party and the party that just wants to protect the children, I've got a bridge to sell you.